Hi garden friends, Ellie here. Welcome back to the Latina garden. Today we are planting a beautiful and bold container featuring three of my favorites: the tall, elegant Delphinium, a vibrant Celosia, and the ever-blooming Supertunia Tiara Pink from Proven Winners. This combo is perfect for Zone 9 gardeners like us: full sun, full color, and full joy. So let's get started. First things first, we need a pot that's at least 16 to 18 inches wide with good drainage holes. I added a little gravel at the bottom for extra drainage, but that's optional. For the potting mix, I am using a high quality container mix with compost, and I am mixing a handful of slow release fertilizer, and I also decided to add some perlite to help with the drainage. These flowers are hungry and need nutrients to keep blooming all summer long, so make sure you fertilize them. Now let's talk layout. Think thriller, filler, and spiller when trying to plan your pot. Delphinium is our thriller. Tall, elegant. It can be placed in the back or the center if your pot will be seen from all sides. The Celosia is the filler. It adds fun texture and color. I'm using a variety with feathery plumes. And finally, our spiller, the famous Supertunia from Proven Winners. This color I chose is the Tiara Pink. She'll cascade beautifully over the sides of the pot. When I removed the Delphinium from the original pot that it was in from the nursery, you can just see how dry the center was. This plant was struggling. It really needed to be put in a proper space. This combo loves full sun, so be sure you place your pot somewhere it'll get at least 6 to 8 hours of sun per day. For my Zone 9, our hot summer gets super hot, so my Delphiniums don't necessarily like to be put in full sun. So this area does get several hours of morning sun, but then it tends to get shade in the afternoon. So after about close to 3 o'clock. So I am hoping that it will like the spot. Previously, I had one of these Delphiniums in the ground, but the bugs were eating them, and so it wasn't blooming. So I am hoping that it will like this area. Delphiniums prefer cooler roots and steady moisture. For Zone 9, plant them in early spring or fall. They like rich, well-drained soil and may need staking when tall. Deadhead the spent blooms to encourage more flowers. A gardening tip: use mulch to keep the soil cool and moist in hot months. For our warmer climate areas, this is considered a perennial plant, which means that it will come back again next year. The Celosias love the heat and thrive in full sun, but don't overwater. They are drought tolerant once established. The plumes add amazing height and texture, and you can even dry them for arrangements. You can pinch off the first blooms to encourage a bushier growth. Now, Proven Winners has absolutely mastered the Supertunia. Today we are planting the Supertunia Tiara Pink. This is a powerhouse bloomer. It self-cleans, meaning no deadheading is needed. You water often in hot months, daily if it's very hot, and fertilize every couple weeks with a liquid bloom booster for the best show. If it starts to get leggy midsummer, give it a light haircut to refresh the growth. When it comes to watering, you want to make sure you are checking your pot daily, especially during your summer months. You want to stick your finger into the soil and feel if it's dry about an inch down. You want to water deeply until it drains out the bottom. You want to remember, container plants dry out faster than the plants that are planted in the ground. For this container, I decided to use 2 bricks that I happen to have to help lift the container off the ground so it's not flat on the ground. I want to make sure that it drains and I can see it draining out when I'm watering. And I also tend to tilt it leaning forward, so it's a little bit higher on the back end, lower on the front, so that the water kind of pulls towards the Supertunias, because the Supertunias do need a little bit more water than the Delphiniums and the Celosia, so I wanted to have a little bit of a tilt. And most importantly, you don't want to forget to feed. Your plants need a slow release fertilizer when planting, and you can supplement every 2 to 3 weeks with a liquid bloom booster for best results. And that's it, a stunning container full of color, movement, and summer cheer, all perfect for Zone 9. This trio gives you height, drama, and season-long blooms. So let me know in the comments what flowers you're planting this season, and if you try this combo, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more garden videos from the Latina Garden. Until next time, sow love, grow joy, and stay rooted. Bye, friends.